Hello world, Shelly here, and today we're going to take a look at the Wasado vegan magnetic lashes. They're good for up to 100 wears, and I got a pair. I bought them on TikTok. Thank you for the recommendations. We're going to go through the trials and tribulations and end result, because as you see, I did get them on. I've been wearing these for a couple weeks now, attempting to wear them for a couple weeks. They have a bunch of different styles. I have them in the style number 18, which is a more natural, sort of wispy look. We will take a look at what comes in the package, but you do get this nice little travel case and the applicator. They're magnetic, so there's no adhesive to them, although it does come with a lash primer. I do think you could just wear these with mascara, although that might get them a little more dirty, but it does include the lash primer when you get the all-in-one box. This retails for $69.90. They've got it currently on sale, and when I bought it, it was also on sale for $49.90. So 50 bucks for 100 wears of these magnetic lashes. So let's take a look at how I feel about putting these on. All right, let's try and put on these lashes. First, I'm going to curl my natural lashes, which I do every day when I put my mascara on to begin with, because my lashes like to stick straight out from my face. They have no curl to them, no lift whatsoever. So curling is necessary. Now, I'm not going to say I'm a pro at putting these on. In fact, I still struggle every time. I've seen how one-click easy people do it on TikTok. But I haven't gotten to that point. However, they're so easy to wear and comfortable, and they look so nice that I want to get to that point. So it comes with this lash sort of primer. And as far as I can tell, it's really just like clear mascara. So I think you could really just use mascara as your lash primer. In fact, that's probably what I will do when I run out of this. But they do say to apply this to help the lashes adhere. Not adhere, but like stay gripped on. It just gives them something to grip onto, especially if your lashes are fine or very smooth, and things would tend to slip off of them. So I'm guessing it just gives the magnets something to hold on to. It doesn't adhere them, because they do want you to wait until this dries before you apply the lashes. But in my experience, it dries very quickly. By the time I've got them out and ready to go, it is ready to go. So here is the convenient carrying case. I did travel with these, and it's nice because it has like a lid to it as well, so they're not just gonna fly out of here. And you do have a mirror, but I've not used it for application. I use my vanity mirror. You get the application tool and then the two lashes, and they're in pairs, so there's an upper and a lower for each side. And I find that they're not the easiest thing to get apart, especially if you can't see up close. So like, I'm usually going back and forth, putting on my reading glasses, taking my reading glasses off, putting on my reading glasses, taking my reading glasses off. But I have found that if you go up to the lash band and kind of bend it back, they will separate, and then you get your two pieces. You probably can't see if the camera's not going to focus. And I believe it's the top lash has a white little dot on it, so if you ever mix them up, but the one that goes on the underside is the much thinner, smaller one, and the one that goes on the top side is the thicker one. The other problem I have with these is that if you drop one, you're gonna spend an hour on the floor finding it, because doggone it, these things were like 40, 50 bucks. So like, that's a little unnerving to me. So, you know, I don't know if I like that long term for my life. Now, if you look at the applicator, the top is marked. We have an up and a down. So you have the top and the bottom marked. and you set them with the lashes facing toward the back of the applicator, and you get them to sort of rest on the magnets that are on the applicator. And it's not, oh, good thing it landed on my shirt. You see, this is my life. It's not super easy to get them lined up on the magnets because they're super lightweight. The magnets are not very strong because, of course, they can't be, because these have to pop right off on your eyes. But yeah, it's just, I think it's just going to take practice to get to the point where these are easy to apply. You do want to line them up, and that's where they like to fall off. See, now the whole thing just came off. It's hard to do this on camera because it's hard to do it in general. It's not hard. I mean, I can see how it'll be easy someday. You know what I mean? But, all right, so this is what you've got going on. You got one on the bottom, you got one on the top, and the lashes are pointed in toward the back of this thing. Like, I can tell that this one's not lined up right, but if I try to move it, it's probably gonna fly off. So the idea is, press it against your upper lashes as far close to the root as you can get, and that's where I struggle. And then, without moving the top, press the bottom into the top and pull away. And let's try. So as you see, they're on one side and they're not on the other side. So I have to start all over again. The problem is, to get them very deep, you have to press really hard against your eye. And if you've got like deep set eyes or hooded lids, it's a little bit of a struggle to do that. So let's try again. I find that that's my problem. It'll adhere on one side and not on the other side. And it's just that I'm not getting it. The other problem is, like, getting it positioned. You can't touch the lash to your eye at all, because then the lash knocks itself off the magnets. And so getting it, I'm just going to have to get the muscle memory of where exactly to position. And I try to come in from the top so I'm not touching my lashes. But there we go. Maybe. Okay, I'm as far back as I can. Bottom up. They're still on here. So the magnets did not catch that time. Okay, let's try again. Pushing as hard as I can. Bottom up. Ooh, they're on. And I feel them. My question then is, did I get them close enough to the root? Now, in this case, I applied them, I think, a little too close this way, because I can feel them sort of touching. And I think, as much as I'm tempted to leave them on, I think I need to redo it and move them farther to the outside, because this is going to drive me nuts. But you see how, like, it is easy, but it takes some trial and error. All right, let's get these let's do one more time. I know that this is not the most interesting video, but I just want to be real with you and show you the process of learning how to use these things. Because I feel like there is really good potential here. If I could just get to the point where I can pop them on easily, it would be wonderful. Nope, it just popped off. It's just a smidge not strong enough for the positioning portion of this whole experience. Because if you touch your eye at all, they pop off the magnet. Like they popped off the magnet here. It's not doing it. Nope, it's gonna be too loose. Yep, it's too loose. Well, nope, it's way too far away from the root. I'm gonna go off camera and try a couple more times. We'll see what happens. I did it! I should have kept the camera rolling because I got this eye on the very next try. This side took me 5 tries, but 2 of them were just positioning. I have an easier time getting it closer to the root of my lashes on this side than on this side. But they look really nice. They feel weightless. I can barely tell they're there, and give it, 20 minutes and I won't even feel them at all. And they're just really easy to wear. I have not had any issues with them like blowing off. I've been out in windy weather. Obviously you can't rub your eyes, but it's, yeah, if you can survive the messing up your eyeshadow with trying to put them on a dozen times. But I do think they are quite pretty. Let me get my bangs out of the way just so you can see what they look like at different angles. Hey y'all, just wanted to check back in. It is 9:37 p.m. So I've been wearing these lashes for about 10 hours and they feel great. They haven't moved. They're still on. It was windy today, so yeah. There you go. What was that? So yeah, I see the potential. It's mildly concerning. You're supposed to get 100 wears out of these. So like, they're like an investment piece that the problem is they're so easy to drop that if you lose one, that's a lot of money. I mean, is this better than spending slightly, like if you don't lose any, like if you don't lose it ever, then it's probably a good deal. If you get your 100 uses out of it and you don't lose them, like $4 or $5 a use, is that right? No, that'd be 10. 4, 5, 40 cents, 50 cents per use, good value. You lose a pair, and I'm going to say it's cheaper to get the Kiss disposables that you can wear once or twice and toss them. I like that you're not messing with glue, but like the Impress Kiss lash clusters that they have the adhesive on them already, you don't need glue for those either. So I do think these are less troublesome as far as removing them because the magnets don't stick. You're not pulling anything off really. Like there's no trauma to your lashes, where sometimes the adhesive on glue lashes, or with, even if it's the pre-applied adhesive, sometimes that can result on like tugging on your lashes or getting glue residue stuck on your lashes. So I mean, there's that. So I'm kind of, I see the potential. I think if you're into the concept of this, they're going to be easier the more and more I try them. Like the more and more I wear them, the easier it's going to get. I know that. But I don't know if I would buy another pair because I drop them a lot. Maybe that will reduce once I get better at putting them on. So I don't know. I like them, but I think there's definitely for a specific audience. Not everybody's going to be all right with these. So there you have it. That's my take on the Wasado magnetic lashes. They have a bunch of different styles. I went with a more natural one so that I could just wear them every day. But yeah, try them if you like them. They're all over TikTok. Maybe if you watch some videos of other people applying them, you'll see something that I don't see that's a trick to getting it right. I just find that when I put it up to my eye, it knocks the lash out of place, which makes it hard to get the alignment right when the bottom one comes up to it. And then it also makes it hard to get it close enough to the root of your lashes that they're going to stay put, But yeah, I'm going to wear these to work today, and there you have it. Let me know what you think. Have you tried them? What's your favorite lash? Or do you just go mascara? I love cool looking lashes, but I usually default to mascara. I'm trying to get myself into a new little thing in my life. So let me know in the comments down below what you're doing. As always, thanks a lot for taking some time out of your day to geek out over makeup with me. I appreciate your time, and I hope you guys all have an awesome day or night wherever you are in the world. Take care of each other. Bye-bye.